The Dow down more than 700 points. It had been on a steady cascade down.
This is the worst start for a quarter since 2008, and for all three major indexes. Think about that. The worst start to a quarter since 2008, the financial crisis.
Typically what happens is we're supposed to say don't fight the Fed and don't fight the tape. Raising rates means you're not supposed to own stocks or you're supposed to lighten up.
But I think the Fed has gone crazy.
Gone crazy, gone crazy, gone crazy, gone crazy.
Dump it. Dump it again.
No, no, no!
And again.
Hello everyone and welcome to this very rainy insight video. I've been trying to aim at making videos still, bear market or otherwise, at least once a week. So I thought I'd do a quick one just to see how all you guys are doing. So in this video, I wanted to cover a few topics. A lot's been happening in the stock markets, in crypto, and also just general insights with the whole way technology is going as well. And I think it's all interlinked, and I think you guys will agree with that as we go through this very short video. As you guys know, I've done a video about this whole, about the Economist magazine cover, published in 1988, depicting a phoenix rising from the ashes, and the ashes basically being fiat currencies, you know, the pound, the dollar, the euro, the yen, and so on. Now, I've done a video on that, so I'm not going to bore you too much with that. You can check that video out, the link will be below. But on there, a lot of people are decrypting the image, the numbers on the image. So a lot of interesting numbers do pop up or can be added up together when looking at that publication. And a lot of people came to the conclusion of the 10th of the 10th, 2018. On that actual day, the stock market had quite an unexpected pullback. And in turn as well, the cryptocurrency space also had quite a sharp pullback as well. So is the 10th of October 2018 the day that things start? Is this the beginning of a cycle? Again, you guys make your own conclusions, do your own research, but it is interesting nonetheless. Maybe it's not just a coincidence, but I do honestly believe that crypto is pre-planned, or at least the technology has been around, you know, smart contracts has been around way longer than people seem to realize. Now, the globalists can basically manipulate the stock market, the crypto market, as much as they want. They've got it all on lockdown. It's theirs for the taking. But could this all be part of the larger plan? The stock market can be pumped for another 10 years. They can do that. They can do that. And if you zoom out, it does look like quite a minor correction. The stock market does still look like it's in an upward momentum. But is this the warning signs? Something larger. Is this the warning signs? Because in order to digitize everything, to tokenize shares of a company, to bring it into a truly global, like a global interface for everything, a true Internet of Things ecosystem, they're going to have to totally smash the current old legacy system first. So this could actually be the warning signs, right? We've had a few of these warning signs earlier in the year as well. In regards to cryptocurrencies crashing, yeah, it does seem like it's to do with the stock market could have had a massive influence on that. It does go to show that maybe cryptocurrencies aren't as anti-fragile as people believe them to be. Altcoins are not a store of value. We've covered this as well. Bitcoin is the closest thing to that, but I think until its ecosystem grows more, it will still remain volatile, unless you value everything in Bitcoin anyway. That's down to your own preference. But I do believe a massive transfer of wealth and use cases is going to shift into the digital ecosystem. I think the end goal of all of this shit, all of it, including the whole Ripple versus Bitcoin future war that's going to happen, all of it is that all these digital ecosystems are going to be able to merge and communicate with one another. And I think that cannot be truly brung in until we have a massive, massive economic pullback. You know, stock market pullback, housing market, currencies need to be reset. I mean, government and banks aren't going anywhere. Government and banks are very much intertwined with blockchain, with the blockchain space now. So if you think that was your get out of jail card, I'm sorry, but it's not. Blockchain is a double-edged sword. I'm just being realistic here for you guys. But what seems like it's going to happen is that rather than government currencies dying, I think they're going to switch over, and I think that's what the whole Phoenix thing means. It's the switch over. You know, the Phoenix rising out of it. That's transitioning to a new age, a new cycle, and a new system, a new monetary system, a new Internet of Things system, whatever. Is that going to be Ethereum, Ripple, EOS? Let history be the judge on that. Again, all the data is around us, so we can kind of speculate, but until it happens, it happens when it happens. But I do think that's the final step of all this. Because when you become that hash, when you become that block, on that chain, on that damn network, when you're on that damn tangle, if they do use a tangle, they've got your ball. They got you by the balls. They got you. Bitcoin isn't fully anonymous. It helps. It can't be confiscated. But you are traceable. You can be traced back to an exchange. So while it makes the banks more transparent, and banks will probably become more transparent, it also means that the little man, the retail investor, everyday people are also going to become much more transparent and lose a lot more privacy if they use a particular system. So maybe this is the end game that we're seeing slowly happen. Is the stock market in a slow motion car crash? And going at everything bubble. I mean, in this city alone, to be able to have a mortgage, you need to be earning at least 60k. Average house prices in this city are around 250 to 300,000 pounds, and the living costs over here are on par with London, but the wages and salaries do not match the living costs. Do you see how this it doesn't make sense? Eventually pressure is going to have to be released in the economy. It's way too high now. It's way too much of a bubble. We're at pre-2008 levels now. But they can keep this going. They can keep this going as long as they need to. They can keep Bitcoin down as long as they need to get in. Hedge funds are popping up. Exchanges are making their moves. The price isn't in a bull market in terms of crypto. But damn, if you've looked around, if you've been to networking meetings, if you've spoken to people, if you've watched what people are saying, or watched what people aren't saying, the technology is not slowing down. In fact, it's quadrupled in its advancement since the price crashed. AI, blockchain, biometrics. Check out the article I did about blockchain technology in airports. That's no joke. That's coming. And for this new system to come in, this Phoenix system, whatever you want to call it, you can define it however you want to define it. But for that to happen, a major reset. The old system is going to have to be crashed. So, are you prepared?